Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Zero Gravity. Joining me here today for your Valorant cast here, as we got two very competitive teams going at one another here. My name is Travis D. I am joined here by the Guster Posey, and we are getting right into the nitty gritty here, Gus.
Yeah, we are. We do have Crosspoint Midnight. They're actually on the right side here. My overlay seems to have messed up real quick. Taking on Feed the Dream. And the funny thing about everything that's gone on in the playoffs so far is that every single match has been a 3-0. So we'll see if that can actually change here, or if whichever team's going to win this actually makes it on out and gives the other team a challenge, as it looks like on the side of Crosspoint they are trying to push in here.
Yeah, they're already trying to get their push in. You see that charge actually get negated a little bit. Jerby trying to get in there and raise some ground, but not going to be able to do that just yet. And you see they are playing it pretty slow and cautious here as they're moving into this B zone. Ooh. Got some sight onto there as they do catch Venus there. Good pop onto Russ. Gonna be able to also just be able to tear them apart. Can he get another one? No, he's only going to be able to find two before he's taken out. Here credits now. Going to be taken out as we flicker over to him. The spike has been planted.
For you.
You see the stage trying to maneuver around.
Yeah, and quick push here from the side of Crosspoint and the side of Feed the Dream, looking to try and retake here, coming on in.
Oh, yeah, they're trying to swing it in there. They are going to find one member pop, two members pop, and that is going to be them taken out. So Crosspoint will take that first round inside this game.
Yeah, and just a real quick take and able to find a couple picks here and there on the B site. Gerby actually got two for himself there. So as you see there, Andrew and Gerby both have two. Conti got one as well. And Shadfoot and Nadesy on the other side for Feed the Dream able to pick up some kills. But looks like a full-on save coming in here for the side of Feed the Dream on round 2.
Yeah. Going to just save it up. They said we don't need.
Well, look at this 5-stack though. They are all in the garage.
Yeah, they're waiting for it. They are in here feeling feisty. They're getting white though. Pete is going in there. Ferdy getting two. Jerby grabs the pieces on the side there, and it's just looking very just close for them. You can see them trying to back away, trying to keep the site C-site. It will be a flawless victory for them in this round.
Yeah, and after that 5-stack, I was expecting things to go very badly for Crosspoint there, especially when they ran on into it. But they ran right through the Omen smoke and actually got 2 kills real quick. So, man, that could have went really badly for Crosspoint. And unfortunately for Feed the Dream, their 5-man stack didn't actually work. But now, you look... They do have ARs compared to just Spectres and a Bulldog for Crosspoint, so they do have a bit of a gun advantage here going into round 3.
Yeah, they have the gun advantage. That's the strategy that comes with waiting it out. As you can see, Canty doing a little bit of peeking, some quick peeking around in that area. As you can see, only 2 members over on Feed the Dream over here on A site. One does get popped by Ferdy. And you can see them looking to lay out the fire. Arrow trying to push forward, is going to find a quick pick, and this is going to be a very quick spike plant.
Yeah, and we see here, defense, they're looking for a bit of a retake. It's 3-4 right now.
They were able to take out one there. As you can see, they're having to move very slowly in this treacherous situation, and they are cut off in a really bad way. That wall is being just a nuisance for them.
Yep. Ooh, Nadesy
gets 2 there. Has been able to find 2 members here, but this bike is still ongoing. They got to figure out a way to make this push happen to get.
Yeah, trying to get on in. Amali does go down onto the bomb though, so it's going to force it, and they may not have time to defuse actually.
Coming out from Crosspoint there, they lose almost all the members, but great defensive play, and 2 people got wiped by the spike there. You hate to see it.
Yeah, and that was just actually quite the molly coming in there from Andro. Put it right on the bomb, making it to where they weren't able to defuse it right away. Bought them just enough time to win the round, and like you said, doesn't matter if you all die as long as you win the round, but that does affect the economy. But look at all the sheriffs coming up for Feed the Dream. They're trying to find some picks.
Yeah, they're going to be looking for some quick picks to kind of get some momentum back in their way. They've lost 3 rounds back to back now, so they want to start swinging a couple rounds their way. As you can see, interesting stat coming in here inside of the garage yet again.
And we're trying to see what exactly they're going to do here. Pushing in towards B. Trying to find a good POV here. Shotfoot has a bit of an angle, and with all these sheriffs, you know, one tap to the head will do some serious damage as Arrow does go down.
Yeah, Arrow's gone down now. See if there's some more heads to be clicked, and Shotfoot will find Jerby. He's going to be able to find that, but over on the other side, Canty and Freddy able to grab Russ and good guy Vera, and now the assault on B begins, and the Dream is kind of in a weird situation trying to figure out how to maneuver around this point.
Yeah, and it's hard. You know, you got that Viper wall and that Molly. You know, they just changed the Viper Molly to where you're super vulnerable and take more damage as you see Freddy pick up that kill, and it's just so hard to push into a Viper at times.
Sometimes, you know, Twitch is not me. Sometimes you're trying to find Molly, but right now they're just trying to find Ferdy's headshot. Not able to pick him off there. We do see that sheriff clip going over onto the side here. You see him trying to move around, but they're going to give up on this one. This spike has gone on too long. Yeah,
and you see Natesy did pick up an op and is going to be saving that here as this next round does go up. Crosspoint up 4-0, and Ferdy and Andrew do end up dying, so that's a little bit of a hit to the economy right there, but you know, Crosspoint going up 4-0 is good, but now Natesy has an op on defense looking like he's going towards C here, going to try to use that op big time. So we'll see if Crosspoint can play around that op or not.
Oh, I love the op too, by the way. It just feels so good whenever you're able to pop somebody with an op. But there's the sound it makes. It gives you goosies, man.
Yeah, and you see Crosspoint doing a bit of a staggered attack. Arrow on A, and everyone else out near the garage. So we'll see if they go through the garage again.
And seeing a very standard strategy, and immediately Ferdy is going to be able to find a member that does not get the kill off onto it. You can see them just trying to play strategically around this Crosspoint, really trying to push this advantage over here towards this garage/B area.
Yeah, and you saw Ferdy shoot that wall. The Viper buffs that came through, you can shoot the wall through walls now and just penetrate on through. And you see cutting off 3 members on the side there as they're pushing up towards A.
Yeah, I really like this. Feed the Dream actually has a smart rotation here. They recognize the fact that there could be a possible rotation, and you can see them trying to get up onto the high ground. They realize that there could be a push going over here onto A. Will it be too late? The spike is planted.
Yeah, and here inside the Viper ultimate, Ferdy just lying in wait, waiting for someone to come on in and try to contest. There is someone trying to defuse the bomb, and
that is going to be Russ being able to find it. He gets popped by an arrow on the backside here. The op not going to be able to hit an RPG, just slightly more accurate there, as they are going to see Arrow get taken down by Shotfoot. They are trying to push on for this. There are still a member alive. Derby is over here in the area, is going to be able to find another member, and will be able to take them all out.
Yeah, and man, it looked really good for the side of Feed the Dream right there. You know, they got a bunch of good picks, and Gerby coming out of nowhere at the end, finding those final 2 kills to ensure the win for the side of Crosspoint Midnight. But, you know, Feed the Dream is contesting them quite well, especially considering Crosspoint hasn't lost a game the entire season. And Feed the Dream coming in as the 8th seed, I believe, but they did take out the 2nd seed, so no reason to take them lightly.
Oh, I would definitely not. You can tell that they have really put some effort into this to make sure that they'll be good to go. And you can see little Boombot going to be coming on over there, seeing if he'll be able to find somebody with it. He's going to be able to try and get the hit, but Jerby goes down. And as you said, Feed the Dream doing an excellent job for themselves.
Shadows traveling. Stealing sight.
Oh, another pick coming on down, and
yeah,
Vera's got to be careful here.
Yeah, you see, they're trying to teleport on around, trying to get their advantages through there, as Arrow is going to be able to bring up his boy Andrew. Get him back up in the fight, says kill on, good hustle.
Joke's over.
Arrow is going to go down in front of his comrade's eyes. That's gotta be traumatizing.
And there's a bit of a numbers disadvantage now. Conti and Andro trying to outrun the rest of Feed the Dream here, but you know, they're spreading out evenly on the defensive side of things here. Here comes an Omen ult, looking for some vision.
Yeah, by the way, Phoenix ulted, trying to follow them back into their spawn, so very interesting. And you can see they have the idea that they're going to go for A here, and Jaffa is looking for something.
Will pick up.
The ult kill.
Yeah, and that's just this, you know, standard Brim play when you have the ult in a situation like this is you wait for them to try and plant. And you throw down the ult on the site where you think they're going to plant, and there is Feed the Dream's first round picked up.
Yeah, they picked it up there, and that's got to feel nice for them. Be able to grab that round, start to try and find their momentum back into this. As Crosspoint has found themselves with a nice little early lead for themselves.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, Haven is one of the more balanced maps in terms of whether it's attack or defender sided. At least that's kind of the general consensus among the community. A lot of people find this map to be their favorite. So definitely room for Feed the Dream to come on back in this one. It's by no means over.
No, not by any means, of course. And you can see actually over on the side of Crosspoint, they do have some pistols out, looking to try and see what they'll be able to do with that. As we see the wall being built up at B, and they are just 5 stacking onto B here by Crosspoint. They are looking to play this very aggressively.
Yeah, looking to force some utility out at the very least. Looks like they did get the Sage wall and rotating on through.
Yeah, and Tripwire is going to be able to detect them. See, this will be a hard push over on 2C. They're not going to be able to do too much as 2 members get immediately shot down. Now it is going to be looking at Good Guy, trying to see if he'll be able to pick up another member here. Birdie was able to get fewer credits, but it does mean that there's only 1 member of Crosspoint left standing for them.
Yeah, and a nice shot from Nate Z will pick up the second round in a row for Feed the Dream. So a little bit of a momentum swing coming on in here.
Yeah, they've been slowly adjusting, it feels like, to Crosspoint and how they've been playing. And you know, Crosspoint, they come out hot and ready, but you know, the long con, you know, is very valuable. If you're able to pull out the stops in moments like this, it becomes very nice for you. It's very niche. And you can see they've been setting up these tripwires in these set locations here, and I really gotta say this is such a valuable little bit of utility that you get to use out of as I call him, the Milady Man.
Yeah, and pushing into Cypher is definitely a pain in the butt, to say the least. So much utility that can come out. You see that cage being put up, really forcing Crosspoint to think twice about pushing on in. But they're coming on in anyway.
Yeah, they just pushed in and said, hello, nice hologram, and Nazy's going to find himself 2 heads. He's 3 right here, as he is just taking everybody out himself. Derby is going to be able to get Nazy over on the side. Now, Good Guy looking for more, and they will be able to get all of Crosspoint wiped there. So really good from Feed the Dream.
Yeah, and it just seems like Crosspoint is just trying to do these 5-man pushes. You know, generally, you know, watching them, they like to default a lot and just kind of spread out and try to play for some picks and see what they can accomplish before committing to a site. And it seems a little bit different for them to just try to group up and brute force these sites like they have been.
Yeah, it does seem very odd. You know, they're just hard pushing in there. And, you know, there's another thing. When you start picking up these early wins and whatnot, that momentum that you get can be actually kind of hazardous for you, as a lot of people would say, because you get a little bit too much confidence. You get a confidence boost. And it's unnecessary to have that level of confidence at times. So we'll see how they push in. They're a little bit more spread this time.
Yep, just spreading on out, taking things easy. Just looking to see if anyone's going to be a little aggressive and push on out on the defense.
It's a very interesting setup that we are actually seeing from them. As you do see that Sage wall coming out. And you can see them just kind of trying to do a little dance around each other, moving around. Everybody's being very respectful of one another, actually, in their locations. Playing this map round much slower than any other round before.
Yeah, and looking at the map, you see the whole of Feed the Dream is rotating towards A. And here comes the Phoenix ultimate actually on Conti. Will get taken back.
Yeah, Conti will be fine. He'll be able to survive that. And they're going to look to just try and isolate this as much as possible. They got the safe wall over here behind them. And they are going to be able to get this plant onto C.
And we'll see if they're able to get a retake here for Feed the Dream. Have had a bit of momentum and already have a pickoff, but it is even 4-4.
Press on the peak, looking for somebody possible here. Is going to find himself coughing up a little bit, and we do see that rocket launcher coming out on a short fuse, looking to possibly pick up a frag here around this corner. Go ahead and peek, I dare you. He dared, and it didn't work, but they're just trying to hold him off, it looks like, as it looks like it's just going to be them giving up this spike. They're being canty. Oh, they're just killing everybody off here. They're trying to run away. The bomb's about to explode. It's going to be the only arrow. Oh no, it's going to be
yeah, Arrow got the kill for that one.
Yeah, Arrow got the kill, yes. Fear Credits almost got to keep his weapon.
Yeah, and looking at the weapons here and the money, you know, there is still quite a bit of money in the game on both teams. And there's a couple people who, if they do badly this round, may need a weapon, but overall, you know, both these teams have had their share of rounds, and you know, we should have just some good AR fights going on. Looks like only Arrow actually has a Spectre on that stage for the side of Crosspoint.
Yeah. Only person that has a Spectre currently. What I say is there needs to be speaking of judges, Fear Credit looking to play Judge, Jury, and possibly Executioner. This pushes to continue on. Never mind, he'll just build up a wall. Says screw you guys. I got my own wall. Cypher. Been playing this angle just about the entire time. Doing a great job in controlling this C area.
And that's the thing about Cypher, is he can pretty much solo hold any site if he really sets his mind to it. Knows where to put the tripwires, knows where to put the cages and the camera to really get the maximum effectiveness out of it. Can really make it hard for a team to push in. But did peek out, actually. Did get spotted a little bit.
I like his strategy there. I like it. You take your knife out and you do a 360 in front of them. They can't kill you. Who would? But ooh, we are going to see the kill. Derby going to be able to find 2 there. The price of Ferdy's life. Push is coming on to C, and now we're seeing them do another hard push. If it ain't broke, life fits it.
Yeah, and it is a 4v3 right now for the side of Crosspoint. So, you know, we'll see exactly where they're trying to go, as Garage is walled off. We'll break through and trying to find a way for the retake.
Yep, and you can see there, actually, they did get the peek. Derby did see him over there. Is going to be able to get a couple shots as he gets a couple shots lit into him as well. He's at 74 HP. Gets killed from the Garage, but Crosspoint, in a blink of an eye, wiped their entire team.
Yeah, and that was just great reaction time. Once Gerby went down, they knew exactly that one was in the Garage. Figured the rest were in CT and just instantly popped around the corner and got the trade off.
Absolutely phenomenal to see here. Crosspoint showing that they have quite a good amount of synergy with each other, and very important in a tactical shooter just like this, where knowledge is just so very important, and also being able to communicate is so very important. As we do see same strategy, honestly, coming out from Feed the Dream. We talked about Crosspoint doing the same thing most of the time, but you see, actually, they have a very similar strategy with how they lay out their team on this defense.
Yeah, and once again, the Omen ult coming out, just trying to gain a bit of information. They did change it recently to where you can cancel the Omen ult. I believe it was on release, where you can cancel Omen ult of your own accord. But Crosspoint getting a trade off, and the res coming in to make it a 5 versus 4.
Yeah, this could be a very clutch moment for them to get themselves a good, substantial lead here.
Great blind!
Looking for a great blind coming out from Russ here. Is going to find one, but gets taken out himself. Will be traded back as Pure Credits is able to grab that good guy. Trying to see if he'll be able to hold off this area, but
ooh, good shot.
Ooh, great from Nazy, being able to pick off the head of Ferdy. It's a 2v2 now. See what they'll be able to do as the spike is down on the ground. They got the high ground.
Oh, all right, 2v1. Oh, he saw his gun.
Yeah, he knows he's there. He has the aim to. Is going to be able to pop his dome, and that is going to be another round 1 for Crosspoint.
Yeah, and they got the spike plant, which gives you that extra amount of money as well, the 300 extra money credits, just to keep that economy going. And you see here, Natesy and Gerby really pulling the front of the load here, with Shotfoot and Ferdy coming on up just slightly behind here. But economy's still good. You know, we do have a couple Spectres on the side of Feed the Dream. All ARs on Crosspoint, and the rest have ARs for Feed the Dream. So, still not... Game's still not decided yet.
No, it's definitely not over. Still far from it. And you can see them actually playing a little bit more closer to the C side this time around. And you see the immediate switch on the map from the Brimstone and the Phoenix running back over to help out the rest of the team.
And an ult coming out into Garage just to try to flush it out. Gerby does end up finding a pick here.
Ooh, they are going to be able to find 2 picks, though. 2 members of Crosspoint have gone down. They're going to be able to find the Cypher. Big heavy hitter, been lighting up the high score for them here as Phoenix running on in there. Looking to see if they get the pick. Russ will find 1 member of Crosspoint. He actually continues on forward. That ult is fine. And that is going to be Feed the Dream picking up the victory in this round here.
Yeah, and that was really good considering they had 2 people that were down a gun there. Just the final round of that. Half swapping sides now are the teams here. So now we'll see what Feed the Dream can accomplish on attack.
That's what I am going to be curious to see, because this is where right now you're at 4-8. That is, if you're finding yourself as like a team that doesn't favor as well on defense, offense is where your true calling is. This could be a good time for them to kind of get their momentum back, especially since they got to end that last round off on a victory.
Yeah, and we'll see if they draw any inspiration from what Crosspoint to do, just grouping up and pushing on in, brute forcing, or if they have a more spread out tactical approach. And it looks like they are a bit more of the spread out type of team, at least in this first round.
Yeah, they're looking to kind of play a little bit casual, slow, and cautious. The difference in team composition could make a difference here too, as there's no Cypher over on the side of Crosspoint. So you see them actually being a little bit closer knit together on the side of Crosspoint here as they're looking to retrace their steps.
Yeah, and Feed the Dream taking it nice and slow, just looking for someone on Crosspoint just to go just that little bit too far to get a pick, which would open up the floodgates, you have to imagine.
Check this out from Feed the Dream. They are slowly just creeping over to A. They feel like their presence has been made known over on the C/B side. So now they're just slowly creeping over to A, and Crosspoint, they don't know this is going on right now. This is going to be a 1v5 scenario over here at A for a while.
Yeah, and here we go, swapping over to Arrow's point of view, because they are about to pop out at him down long, and we'll see what he's able to accomplish here.
Oh,
not a whole lot!
Yeah, a bullet in the head. He is made for an excellent sponge there. And now we have seen that they are going to just go ahead and spread out and take control over this A side.
Cover going out.
Beautiful play coming out from Feed the Dream. And now it's up to them to try and defend this spike plant.
Yeah. You see Nate Z has that camera up, just great vision for his team for if Crosspoint decides to try and push on in, and you see just all this Sage utility coming down. Does spot 30 up in heaven, and a tripwire will find someone on the back, and Conti got taken down.
Yeah, Conti got taken down. Very smart on their part there, and that is going to be a win for Feed the Dream there, being able to find the first round on offense in their favor.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want if you are on Feed the Dream. Just get on in there, make things happen best you can, and get that momentum going. And it looks like we do have a bit of a force on both sides. Well, actually, Good Guy Vera bought a Stinger. The side of Crosspoint is forcing, though. They want to take this momentum for themselves on this round after the pistol round, whereas the side of Feed the Dream, 4 Ghosts and a Stinger.
Yeah, they are going to see what they'll be able to do here. And yet again, this team plays so slow and steady. I really admire the strategic aspect of how Feed the Dream is playing this game, playing offense so slow, carefully, and methodically.
Yeah, and, you know, you do have quite a bit of time, you know, just for you guys out there playing solo. You do not always have to rush right off the start. There's plenty of time for you to feel things out and find a good spot to get on in there.
No, you run in, run plays, and just Call of Duty, baby, pew pew. Where's the drop shouters at? But
doesn't work very well in this game unless you're Jet.
Unless you're Jet, yeah, then you can dolphin.
Then you throw knives at people,
which is great. You can always be the Yasuo of Valorant. While we do see over on the side, you see a member of Crosspoint did go down there.
Shadows traveling.
Yeah, Andro did get picked off. Now the quick rotate onto C-site.
Very quick on these rotations, and look at this. They're laying down fire. Everybody firing away at Ferdy as they are going to just take control over the C site. This is just really methodical play coming out.
Yeah, and I wonder if Crosspoint's just going to decide to save. No, they're trying to push on out still, trying to find a win. There is one kill.
Yeah, Fear Credits has gone down. It's going to be good for them to be able to do. They do see the off the camera. You see the Rays coming in there. We'll be able to grab him. Arrow is picking up a couple kills of his own, though. Is looking for another one. Canty is still alive.
We got a 1v1.
Who is the Chad? And it is... It's not Crosspoint. Shotfoot is the Chad.
Shotfoot got that head tap on the Conti, and that's a couple wins in a row on attack. And now you gotta believe Crosspoint is forced into a saving position here. No money. AR's coming out for the side of Feed the Dream, and this is their time to really take the momentum and swing the game in their favor. Only 2 rounds down, and in theory, this round should be theirs too, unless something catastrophic happens.
I gotta say, Feed the Dream really looked like a different team on offense. They play slow, methodical, and with the amount of communication that I'm suspecting that they have, they're just moving cleanly as a unit together. I really am a big fan of the way they are playing this matchup ever since they've gone into offense.
Yeah, it's just nice to see after playing solo queue for so long in Valorant, where you just everyone has their own way of doing things. It's so nice to see coordinated team efforts. As Gerby is trying to jiggle peek his way on out there, just spots Shotfoot in the window.
Yeah, I do like that Shotfoot's like, I'll bank on the wall bang here. Let's go. Not going to be able to get that, unfortunately for him. Would be nice for the highlight reel, but not going to be able to grab that for himself. As you can see, Crosspoint still in a pretty scattered position here, playing this defense. Just, I would guess you would call this a 5-point almost.
Yeah, definitely nice and spread out. But Conti is in the cubby here. We'll see what he can do. Gets one.
Oh, he is going to be able to get one, but he's like, oh, God, their whole team is right here. Now we're seeing the push come in. They're going to be looking for more.
Oh, the grenade got one.
1 for 1 there, as Shotfoot is going to be able to get Ferdy as well. 2 members left remaining for the side of Crosspoint. They are both trying to come in through this alley, as Arrow's looking to turn around and go through the garage. Be a tricky way to go through.
Yeah. And we'll see what he's able to do. Has a ghost, but just gets head tapped by the Vandal. And
gets turned into a ghost. And that is going to be another round win coming out for Feed the Dream.
Yeah, and that was definitely to be expected considering the gun difference there. But now you see Crosspoint pretty much all have money up, and AR's coming on out, with Arrow have enough to buy a Guardian as well. So, you know, now we'll see what happens on this round when the gun difference is not there. And even for Crosspoint to find 2 picks in that round was pretty alright, actually. But, you know, Feed the Dream has the momentum going now. They have Phoenix Ultimate available. Crosspoint has Sage Ultimate available. So there is possibility for some plays to try and be made here.
Possibility for some plays. See what exactly will happen. See if their play is slow and cautious when Russ has his ultimate ability available for him. Looks like he's just going in ham. He's like, he's ready to duke it out, and he is just rushing on in there. For the possible pick there.
Oh!
He's not gonna be able to find it, and Ferdy will get shot on the back end.
Ooh. Sage caught out in the cubby, has to jump away because you don't want to get off with the spike that far away from your team.
And not going to be able to enjoy that, but Fear Credits does get the kill onto Canty as he's looking through him at the op. So really good coming out from him, and he's going to be able to res somebody after grabbing that orb. Going to be absolutely phenomenal play coming out from Feed the Dream, as looking to take control over the C objective. It looked like they were losing that momentum. But don't speak too soon quickly of them.
Yeah, just Andro versus the world here. Probably just gonna try and save the AR. At this point, you look at the credit difference here. All of Crosspoint, very poor, really. Just under 1,000 credits left for each of them. So, will be a rough round for them next time. Andro just trying to save the Phantom.
Yeah, it looks like Andrew's just gonna save it on up. He's like, please, sir, I just got this gun. And he's just gonna chill it out and look for any stragglers. And make sure that if anybody does come running through this B area trying to save their guns, who will find themselves punished. But it looks like they are going to take the safe path and just go back to spawn. Not going to be running into Andrew here.
Yeah, and that's good team coordination to understand, hey, definitely going to be looking for some exit frags, so we might as well just all go the same way, the same place, make sure that if they do get one, we can trade it back. And we do have a couple of ARs coming out for the side of Crosspoint, a couple of Spectres, and Gerby has enough to buy a Phantom and light shields. So, couple ARs for Crosspoint with light shields. Andrew, the only one after saving to have it, and feed the dream. Still feeding that dream of winning this first game here. ARs and heavy shields and money to spare.
Yeah, they are looking at it, and I mean, you gotta just take a moment to just enjoy the methodical play that we've been seeing coming out here. I don't know if Arrow actually saw that coming out, as we do see that little smoke screen getting put down, but we're not sure if Arrow actually spotted Phoenix there.
Yeah, a bit of damage coming down.
Tap, 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 boom, boom, boom. Click, click, click. That's the noise a gun makes. You didn't know. But look at this. They play this so slow, and it's like they're feeling out the side of Crosspoint every single time on offense, and then they all make the decision to go to 1 point.
Yeah, and that's just the big difference here between competitive play where you're playing together, but a good wall will delay him for a second or two.
Yeah, that was really good on their part, and you can see the quick hard rotation coming out from Crosspoint. It's going to be a 1-for-1 there, but Arrow gets popped as well off to the side. Kirby was able to find Russ, but they're going to be looking to go for a spike plant here as the rest of the team is guarding them. Already getting a couple shots on the good guy. Back into this, and it is going to be Birdie being able to pick up that kill, but goes down, gets shot in the back by a good guy, and will be taken out. Never underestimate a good guy, Gus, is the lesson for the day.
It's always the good guy.
It's always the good guy, alright? Such a nice guy. But, what they'll be able to do. That's Nazy has his ultimate already, and Birdie and Arrow both have their ultimates ready for themselves as well. And we gotta talk about the fact that Crosspoint, ever since they got on defense, have not picked up a single round yet.
I believe. Yeah, I think you're right. I think they've just been having a rough go, blasting away the garage doors here. And a good pick from Vera onto Gerby. That's big. That opens up B for them, and that's exactly what they're going to do, is just rush on in here.
Yeah, they're going to rush into this B point here, and yet again, it is just the side of Crosspoint just find themselves in a difficult situation yet again. Spike has been planted, and they find the numbers not in their favor. Great teleport coming in from good guy.
Nazy in a fight with Cardi.
Oh, there we go. Nazy will be able to pick that up, as he's going to be 2 kills at Crosspoint pick up on the other side. Andrew and Freddie be able to find that, but Fear Credits goes down as well. Arrow drops to Rush, and now it is a 2v2. So what are they able to do? They're trying to...
Oh, he got him!
Right, Rush, you madman!
Yeah, what a play from Russ there, just dashing on in. The Viper Molly was on the Viper while the smoke was there too, and he just ran on in, got the shots down, took out both Ferdy and Andrew, picked up that win, and that puts them 3 rounds away from picking up game 1. And like we said, playoffs has been all 3-0s, so in theory, they win this game, they win the match.
Now, let me tell you, Russ made a fan out of me with that play. Puffed out his chest and I'm the alpha male.
Let's go.
That's what you need to do. You got to point into their eyes and say, look at me now. I am the alpha. And that's exactly what he did there. And now, yet again, Crosspoint going for the same strategy. I'm very surprised with this from Crosspoint. I guess they feel confident that they will eventually be able to pull this off, but the same layout has not net them anything.
Yeah, and it's hard for you to just 5-stack somewhere, as there is the Omen ult onto the side of C. Phoenix ult coming on out too. They're going to try and rush down Conti here. Let's see if they can find anything.
Yeah, it's going to be able to get a blind. Blinds me as well while we're at it. Russ is going to find himself getting his ult pop, so we'll be able to back it up. And now the rest of the Crosspoint, they know what's coming their way. They're going to be able to find one, but two members from Feed the Dream will be able to grab these kills. And now the third kill. Jerby getting the pick onto Good Guy with the flank on the backside. Looking to try and do what they can to defend this off. Throwing out some mollies their way.
Oh, grenade gets one.
He's going to be able to get the grenade kill, but he is going to find himself getting popped in the back. He got jet that corner, man. He goes on down as Cypher. Just being an absolute pain for the side of Crosspoint.
Yeah, and you know, that is one thing people say is that Cypher's a little harder to play on attack, but if you get onto a site real nice and quick like that happened there, as soon as they got the Phoenix ult down and just rushed into the site and got control, then it's just like he's defending again. He's able to use his tripwires and cages just like he would if he's defending the site to prevent the retake. And, you know, so far, Nadesy and Shotfoot have been really putting in the heavy lifting here for the side of Feed the Dream.
Yeah, and while the rest of the team has been backing them up admirably too, right? You gotta talk about Russ and all these other players. You can see them just popping in some shots into Garage here. I guess Crosspoint going for a very similar style here, as you can see the side here coming in from Feed the Dream. They play it so slow and cautiously at this very beginning until they all decide. One voice, one play, one place to go, and all five of them will be there.
Yeah, and you know, it's the side, especially Gerby, you know, he's kind of known as the guy who is willing to make the risky plays in order to try to get that lead going. He's the one who got caught out to force the pick a couple rounds ago, and they all ran in B. And it's really hard when a team plays this slow to try and jiggle peek someone or to try and figure out where they're playing, because, you know, you just, as soon as one pick goes down, the rest of the team is right there, and they are trying to spread out into this garage/C area.
Let me tell you my strategy. You run at them, right? And that's my strategy. You just run at them. Don't think. Thinking will slow down your reflexes. You just go in and you let the ultra instinct kick in, right?
Oh, here comes the Viper's Pit coming on down just to prevent them from coming in.
To the Viper's Pit, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 there. He's going to be able to find Kenty as they are pushing in through the C area yet again. It's 3 members of Crosspoint left standing. They're popping in some shots. Arrow trying to see if he can help out his Blaze or his Rays over here. Trying to see if they'll be able to pocket anything. Shotfoot over here in a great angle.
It's Arrow against the world now. Oh no, never mind. Kirby's alive. Kirby's alive.
Yeah,
I thought I saw the X over him.
You will not kill my
Yet,
ally.
not yet.
Oh.
Arrow does have that X over him now. Jerby now picked up Nazy on the back end of that, but will fall victim to Shotfoot, and that is going to be just. It is so oppressive the way that Fever Dream have been playing this. They've been playing this so well.
Yeah, definitely. The slow, methodical attack really seems to be working quite well for them, as you can tell. And, you know, the side of Crosspoint, it just seems like they just get picked off just a little bit too easily. They keep finding ways to end up dying and allowing the rest of Feed the Dream to really pour in onto a site. Or even when they pour in onto a site, they go 1-for-1, but then someone else ends up going down, and it keeps giving Feed the Dream a numbers advantage.
Yeah, it has been just a very good play, and you know, with the fact that Crosspoint haven't been able to pick up a single defensive round, is gotta be on the back of their mind, right? They gotta be feeling that the mental aspect comes into play whenever you get into these competitive games, and when you're seeing yet again a signature rotation. They play it slow, they shoot a couple shots off, and they all rotate as a group over here towards this A site this time around. They said we haven't done it in a while, so why not?
Yep, flash coming on out. We do see Andrew got blinded by that one.
Yeah, he's blind. He's just like, guys, come quick! They're rushing us, all 5, yet again. As you do see, they made a quick adaptation here. Actually, a small adaptation that did happen is Purdy from guarding B and was over here at A this time around was enough to shore him off. But the quick rotation coming out yet again, and now they're over here at the garage. Such a quick move coming out from the side of the screen.
Yeah, and forcing a bunch of utility on out and taking on to the site.
Yeah, They are all on C, and right now Crosspoint is forced into the choke point. See that rocket sitting there, looking to see if he can get some sort of a shot off. He's gonna be able to find one with that, but he's not gonna be able to pick up his gun in time. And they are gonna see Nazy going down. Russ looking to go ahead and pop up his ultimate, see if he'll be able to grab anybody. It's gonna get grabbed on the side there. Andrew, see what he'll be able to do as Andrew has been able to find 2 members here. It is a 1v1, the Brimstone versus Brimstone. Can he do it? Orbital.
Oh, it comes down. That's game.
Shotfoot will be able to get him as the first map will be dropped by Crosspoint after what was an impressive shift of momentum.
Yeah, definitely. Just real quick, they got in, got their points down, and just really made things hard on the side of Crosspoint, honestly.
Yeah, it really felt like a case of they were playing just very methodical, very slow paced, right? And when they were doing that, they would play the slow pace and then they kick it up to 11. It's like they were playing at a pace of, from a scale of 1 to 10, they were playing at like a 2 for the first minute, minute and a half. And then they said, all right, 30 seconds left, 10, pump it up all the way to 10. And just ascended and just pushed themselves in. And this team looks so very confident on offense. Is definitely the takeaway I'm taking from Feed the Dream.
Yeah, definitely. You know, on the Crosspoint offense, it looked like they did have some troubles stopping the Crosspoint onslaught. Did pick up some rounds, though, which really let them shine and make it to where they weren't faced with their backs against the wall going into the attack rounds. But, man, the Crosspoint defense just wasn't there, and all of Feed the Dream really stepped up once they got over to that attack side. Really, you know, the communication going back and forth, making sure that everyone was on the same page was really nice to see.
Yeah, Feed the Dream, they are going to be doing a sub for this next game. It looks like Shotfoot, which was a cornerstone player, actually, for their team, is actually going to be subbing out. They have some slight internet issues or something that he needs to go do for a game.
Could be strategic too, because we are swapping up maps here. I believe, I forget if it's a second or not, but you know, different agents on different maps. Different people are better at different agents. Perhaps could be the reason for a sub as well. So we'll see how that goes. But we will be taking just a short little break here as everyone gets themselves situated here as we go on into map number 2.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back as we are getting into the action here. As you may know, if you weren't here for game one, my name is Travis. I'm joined here by Gus Posey. And Gus, we are going into our second game here of the evening.
Yeah, we are, and Feed the Dream did pick up the win in map number 1, which is the first map taken off of Crosspoint all season long. And if that is anything to go off of, that means that Feed the Dream's going to win 3-0 because that's how the playoffs has gone the entire time thus far. We are on Ascent here for map number 2. Crosspoint will be defending. Feed the Dream is attacking to start this one off. There is a bit of a roster swap here. We have Eno coming in instead, and he's playing Brimstone again, so it must have been a personal issue, not a agent change or anything along those lines.
Yeah, could not enjoy this map. You know, some people don't like the scenery, but, you know, already getting a quick hit onto Anti-Dirty. Finding out a good
man.
of his own, and some good little hops coming out from Eno there, as they are able to put the numbers in their advantage. Crosspoint on the back foot.
Yeah, losing the numbers advantage like that early on in a pistol round is bad, but you know, you can still find the miracle headshots with a ghost or something, as trying to push in onto site here, trying to get the plant on down.
Yeah, they are going to be successful at doing such here. As you can see them trying to move this on in. They're both coming in from the same way here for Crosspoint, as Arrow blocked off there, trying to hack away at the ice, but that ice just does not melt.
Yeah, and the doors, you got to be able to shoot through those doors, and wasting your pistol ammo on that is kind of rough, but Andro gets picked off.
Yeah, Andro gets picked off here by Fear Credits, and Russ is going to be able to find Arrow as well. So we're seeing them continue this streak here from Feed the Dream. They are continuing the streak of not losing on offense.
Yeah, and still that same slow, calm, and collected playstyle that they exhibited in map number 1 coming through here in game 2. And Ascent is generally considered to be a very defender-favored map. You know, you can win it on attack, obviously, as we just saw, but, you know, overall, definitely defender favored. So any attack rounds that you can pick up makes this map a lot easier to pick up wins on.
Yeah, and you can see them actually just go ahead, like you said, slow, methodical, keeping their pace here. Crosspoint doing a very standard layout from last time, but it will be Ferdy peeking around the corner to get good guy Vera taken out. Eno does find Canty as well. You see there's they're throwing some Hail Marys, Mollies over there into the wall. Oh, and that is going to be Fear Credits getting the kill onto Jerby.
Yeah, Gerby getting picked off, but it is numbers advantage for Feed the Dream here, so we'll see where they end up deciding to push. They are still just in the middle of the map, just hanging out, waiting for, you know, it's a bit of a staring contest, waiting for someone to blink.
Yeah, trying to see what will happen, and this is where their strength lies from Feed the Dream. We saw that last time. They are very, very calm and collected and at home with these slow but steady situations. You can see they got a slight adaptation that came out from Crosspoint. They got rid of their Brimstone to go ahead and grab a Cypher for themselves.
Well, they have a Brimstone as well. They got rid of the Rays.
They got rid of the Rays. You're right. Are you right?
Oh, maybe not. I'm looking at the other side. I'm confusing myself, but they're pushing on in big time here.
They are pushing in super hard here. You see Ferdy go ahead and dropping in. Arrow trying to make a quick rotation around, but gets caught by Nazy. And now it is just Andro versus the world. Seeing what he'll be able to do. There's 4 members against him. He's got a wall on one side and an open door on the other. May not be as inviting as he may wish it be.
Yeah, the door may be open, but it's icy out there. Gotta be careful.
Yeah, grab a coat. It can be a wee bit chilly, as Russ will be able to pop Andro. And that is going to be, yet again, another just clean offense round coming out from Feed the Dream.
Yeah, and every round you get on attack on this map is worth its weight in gold, because lots of tight corners, lots of chokeholds on this map, lots of ways for you to snuff out an attack. So, you know, Feed the Dream coming in clutch thus far in this finals matchup.
Yeah, doing a good job for themselves, getting them a nice early start, but we did see the same from Crosspoint, right? We do have to talk about that as a point.
Whoa, Vera!
Oh my god!
Got blinded, had a grenade flying at his face, got the one tap, did not take a single point of damage. And that's Gerby, man. That's Gerby. I know him, played with him a lot in League and in Valorant, and he's that kind of player that's willing to make those risky plays. Sometimes they work, and in times like that, they do not.
He gets headshot.
Sometimes you get one tapped.
Blinded. You gotta love and respect those risky moves. Make it always exciting to see from a spectator's point of view. Seeing a little bit of a uncharacteristic spread coming out here. Russ does get blinded. He's not going to be caught out by anybody just yet. And
oh, Conti got mollied.
Yep, Conti down, and now it's Birdie next. Smoke screen's going out, and it's just two members of Crosspoint remaining as they're trying to shore up their defenses.
Yeah, and we'll see. Andrew is here on site, but gets picked off, and it's just arrow against the world now.
Yeah, Nazy doing a fantastic job playing that defense, making sure that it's not easy to get anywhere that you possibly could want. And he knows that Nazy was just over here in this area. He's peeking around. Can he get it? No. That is a flawless victory going out for Feed the Dream.
Yeah, and everything is coming up on their... You know, you flip a coin and it's all come up Feed the Dream. Everything that they're doing just seems to be the correct call so far.
Oh, this
and,
is my spot.
you know, it should be a lot harder for them to go in, and they know that they're going to push in onto A because there's the Cypher on the B, and on this map, the B site has so many different nooks and crannies for good tripwires to be, for one-way cages, one-way smokes if you're like Viper or something. Lots of different ways for you to mess around with the map geometry to really make it hard. And you see, even just with how prominent mid lane, but the mid area of this map is, getting control of that is paramount. And you see just how much the Cypher, just how much the Cypher camera can see here. Shoots a little dart trying to find someone, and they're just taking it nice and slow once again.
Yeah, and you can see this yet again, doing this standard strategy. They push up this middle area and are really doing a fantastic job with this. They do know that that Ferdy likes to go over here to this right side, seeing if he'll poke his little head out, but not going to catch him just yet right now, as they're just trying to fortify this courtyard.
And just shooting their utility around, seeing if anyone's actually hiding in a very forward position. And Ferdy got picked off by Nazy yet again in the A catwalk area. And in Pizza, Gerby got taken down. And man,
yeah,
Feed the Dream.
Taken out as well.
I know exactly.
It's yet again, it's Arrow and Arrow.
Oh!
Okay. Andrew's going to be able to find two. Gets taken out by Fear Credits on the backside of that. Now it's Arrow still left around. He's trying to rush his way over here to the B area, but it is a 1v3.
Yeah, I think he's just going to take that Vandal and try to get out alive with it and his armor intact, because, you know, it's 3,900 credits that you could save, and he's got 1,100 waiting, so for him to save that would be pretty big. But we'll see. He's looking like he's trying to play for some exits.
And he's looking for an exit of some sort here, trying to see what he'll be able to do. Shoots the wall, says hello.
No, there's a tripwire there.
You got the tripwire.
But he's gonna.
I also like to think that he was telling him he was right there, trying to bait him out, as he's in a interesting spot. They're side by side, holding hands. Friendship.
Got one.
He's gonna be able to find one. He is going to be him looking to try and grab Arrow.
Got two.
To get the kill, but it will be an attacker.
Everyone died.
Everybody died. Fear
So,
Credits killed Phil Credit.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Arrow got an assist on that one. I think he did some damage, but let's see. Does Arrow have an assist? Nope, didn't actually do any damage. So there you go. But you know, it's still not Crosspoint favored. Feed the Dream had tons of money, so it doesn't actually matter that they all died there. You see, they even bought an op. So you know, now we're just gonna swap on over to Eno here, because you always want to see what the op player's up to.
Yeah, especially with the way they play, right? Like, he's been playing around these corners whenever they do this slow and steady play style, and it's really been keeping that as his way of playing the game here. And yet again, they know that Ferdy likes to go here to this alley, and guess who's in that alley again?
Yeah. Definitely right there. You see him on the corner of that A short cubby there. Sage wall already went down, but already broken through. There's the Viper smoke just to try and push him back, and they will rotate back out towards mid. And this is their MO. They just like to take things easy, wait for someone to get impatient.
Check this out. Somebody is getting impatient over there on the side there. He's looking to see if he could catch him. He will, and that is Jerby. And like you were talking about, likes to play that aggressive, risky style, and does not pay off.
Yeah, if it did though, that could have been really good for the side of Crosspoint. But now, Feed the Dream yet again, just sitting in the middle of the map, looking for an entrance.
You're dead.
I'm telling you, man, that play would have worked if he had a judge.
He's kind of far for that.
Listen, man, it's never too far for a judge. It's range, it's damage, infinite. Just have to hit him in the head for it.
Eagle eye.
As you can see right there, Nazy, that was a judge, would have killed him all the same, but... Unfortunate for Birdie here, not having a great game.
Oh, that shot.
And the turnaround coming on to Canty.
Yep, and Russ picks up Arrow and Andro to make it another flawless victory. And, man, I don't know what Crosspoint needs to do to get off the schneid here, but they finally do have ARs, so maybe this is the round where they can look for a bit of a turnaround.
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely something they're looking for. Get the momentum shifting back in their favor. Something to take note of, and this is just something I'm noticing. Every single round at the very end, it is Andro and Arrow, which does make me kind of feel like, all right, Andro, Arrow, playing pretty cautious, but you look over at Jerby. Jerby is running in there sometimes in some crazy positions, trying to catch them off tempo, and it's not working for him. While Canty, really not having a great game himself, has been getting picked off every single time. And you can see JK Arrow's not going to live to the very end as Russ picks both him and Birdie out.
Yeah, and that's a fantastic pick. Getting the Sage utility out of the way, you know, able to free up almost endless opportunities without having the wall and all these slows coming on through makes getting onto a site of pain. But yet again, they get a pick. Generally, you would expect them to just rush onto the site, get the bomb down, make things happen, but they understand they have plenty of time. They don't need to do anything crazy. They can really just take their time and push on in nice and slow, and they're going to try and find a way onto A, but Andrew's over here on the side, does fire through the smoke.
Yeah, I love this coming out from them right here. You see this fast, quick, methodical push. You see Jerby actually going for a very deep flank around the backside here. You're going to see Andrew. He's going to be able to find Russ, but Russ will find him first. Takes the shot, gets him. Spike has been planted. Now Jerby, he has this long flank, this long angle that he has to go through. And he has to hope that he does not get caught first. He's going to be able to find
Got two. He has ult too.
That is two major members taken out. You know, Nazy taken out, but Canty.
Russ can get Nace.
They're looking to see what they can do next. Jerby is the last member here. See what he'll be able to do. He's going to throw out that grenade. Going to be able to find one. Going to be able to get Fear credits for himself. Looking around, peeking around, but he is going to get dropped from the
Vera stole Russ's ace. Russ could have gotten the ace. Was on the flank to try and get Gerby, but man, 6-0 now, and now Crosspoint is in some big time trouble because this is the last round where they can comfortably buy ARs without actually winning a round. So they really need to get off the schneid here and pick up a round. Otherwise, you know, this could be a winless half for them, the way things are going.
Yeah, that's rough because as you were talking about earlier, this is mostly a defense-favored map, but it feels like that over here from Beat the Drink, they have an answer to how do you want to play this? How do you want to tackle this map? And Inu getting the kill onto Jerby right off the get-go, not what Crosspoint wants.
Yeah, and Conti does pick up a couple kills. Arrow goes down. Sage on Sage combat.
Yeah, and you see that Nazy's going to be able to pick up.
Oh, actually gets picked off.
Andrew's going to be able to get Nazy. Nazy is going to get dropped. The flanking Cypher. As they will be able to get another kill here. Nazy got rezzed at the very end here. He said, "Why did you bring me back? We already won."
Yeah, they were definitely... Yeah, so this round, we'll see exactly what Crosspoint decides to buy here. You can already see Andrew going with a Ghost and Light Shields. Arrow doing the same. And they're just kind of debating, like, we could try to force, but we haven't won around yet. So we all just gonna buy some Ghosts and chill. Call this round a loss unless you can pull off a miracle, get every kill, make some things happen, and try to come back with ARs the next round.
Oh, they're rushing. Look at this from Crosspoint. They're rushing in here through the courtyard. They said, screw this noise. But it's going to be the same from Feed the Dream. Now, while it is going to come out, they're trying to break through here. Deep flanks coming in. They're all spread across the place. And this is a much more off-tempo than we're seeing from Feed the Dream.
Oh, there's one.
Andrew's going to be able to find one pick. Andrew goes down himself. The rocket launchers goes boom, but not going to be able to catch anybody with it. He's going to throw out his Doombot and he's going to be able to find Andrew as well off of this flank. And now they have hunkered down, anchored in. Leave the Dream. Going to be able to find Arrow as he tries to rotate to his team. Jeremy going to be able to find one pick for himself.
Oh,
find another. He does.
2v2.
Himself another one here. Looking for the 2v2 here as it's him and Purdy still alive. But the spike has been planted over at A. And you can see Russ looking to rush on in there, looking to see if he can pop some tags, pop some fools. But they might just be running away.
Yeah, I think they're just saying, hey, we got 3 on a really bad round. We picked up some Vandals. We're just going to take the Vandals. We're going to go back. We're going to take what we can get here. Like, it was very unlikely that they were actually going to win the round in general. So, taking the Vandals, losing the round, but taking the Vandals, calling that a W. Well, not a full W, but, you know, making the best of a really bad situation.
Yeah, they're singing Vandal Gunners Gather Round. That is for sure the tune that they are singing around. And that is going to be...
Oh, and Vera died, but he's got 6,700. He's fine.
I was about to say, I don't think he might. He's going to just buy what he wants. Oh, man. It feels good to be rich sometimes, man. Can't take that away. I love that Sticky Snipes. Looking to do a little bit of that here in this round. See if he'll be able to catch anybody off. Honestly, that was the best looking round we've seen from Crosspoint on defense, is when they actually just rushed forward without any care in the world.
Yeah, and, you know, we can see what they're doing because we have omnipotent vision. But Crosspoint kind of has to just sit here and figure this out on their own, is that they go to one side, they go back mid, they get another arrow, gets a kill, but it gets traded back by Russ.
Trading back. Eno finds Andro over on the side there as Vera looking into his orb. What does it see? It sees all across the other side.
He's on B site now.
So he's over here at B, and this could be a quick spike plant if he chooses to go for it. He's looking to see if anybody pops around the corner here, waiting for his team to be in position. Really love this.
Yeah, just waiting. They don't know exactly where he's at because no one was close enough to actually hear it. So once they get into the garage here and peek out, they might tell him that it's good to plant.
Yeah. See what they're doing here. They're playing this very cautiously, very calmly. It's going to be Eno picking up Kansi. Now they know it's just Ferdy left alive, and the spike has been planted into the ground. As Ferdy trying to see if he can move around, see if he'll be able to find anything that he'll be able to catch off of this.
Yeah, and we'll see if he's able to pick up an exit kill or two, because that's probably about the best you could hope for at this point. You know, unless they all just run out and he just head taps every single one of them on the way out. But he looks like he will end up finding the Omen coming on down here.
Yeah, looking for a possible. Is not going to be able to see him just yet. I tell you, if he had a judge, this 1v3 would be possible. Just saying.
There's one.
Two. Can he find 3?
Oh, he got it, but
is going to be able to find those 3 kills in succession. It is
grabs the op too.
For him, but it's an op.
Yeah.
Throw that down on the ground. Says, "Here, have it. Who wants it?" Can't
so that definitely gets Ferdy some much needed credits there. Able to buy a Phantom for himself. You know, Arrow is definitely a bit on the poor side. So is Andro. Probably going to end up them with Spectres, but you know, that's as close as Crosspoint's got to actually winning a round on this map.
Yeah. They've been able to win.
All of Feed the Dream did die. However, they were all exit kills.
They also have a lot of money though. So
Yeah, this game isn't all about aim, as ops down Conti in that op battle there in the middle area of the map.
And you can see them hopping around saying, no, 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 don't get me raised. As you can see, the raise going for this flank yet again, and I gotta say,
Oh, that was Andro.
Andro goes for a very deep flank into their spawn and just really playing the Cypher aggressive.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh. Good guy able to pick up the kill onto Derby, almost catching him off guard there. You can see Arrow and Verdi have rejoined each other's side here. They may go for a B plant here, knowing that everybody is over towards that A side.
Yeah, there is still the Cypher tripwires there, though, so a little bit of annoyance, without the Cypher there to follow up on it makes it hard, but man, when you just get opt like that, definitely makes things hard.
Yeah, hard indeed, I would definitely say. As you can see, Arrow is in a terrible situation. He is just a lone healer versus 5 of them.
Yeah, I think he's just going to try and walk up to Gerby and pick up that Vandal and try to get out safe and sound. Maybe look for exits again. Try and find a spot to pick up some exit kills.
Could look for it. He says, come on, give me the 1v5. He's going to go to the same spot. He said magic happened here last time. Let's see if the magic comes again.
He's going to come face to face! Got one!
Oh, finds one. Also finds himself getting shot in the face there. Spooky jump scares coming at him live.
Yeah, and let's watch Eno here, because I believe he still has the op. He indeed does, so
yep.
We'll see what Eno's able to do with it, because he did win an op battle with Conti this last round, where when Ferdy got those 3 kills, did pick up the op, gave it to Conti, and Conti ended up losing the op battle mid. We do see Gerby and Ferdy both in mid. They're waiting at the gate, so we'll see if Eno can find the snipe.
Yeah, you could say he's really opting in for these headshots. Looking for someone here. Is looking for the pick. Not going to be able to grab it just yet. Is actually getting pretty close to the desired target here. It's going to be a 1-for-1. Arrow goes down. As Nazy is going to be able to find Ferdy, making it a 2-for-1. They are holding out this courtyard. And this courtyard is just the domain of Feed the Dream.
Yeah, but now they're still 4 strong, and Sage has Resurrection available. Will res up the Omen. And now it's 5 versus 3, and they're coming on in towards this A side. It is Sage walled off, so they're going to say, you know what? We don't even have to do this. We can just do whatever we want, and they're going B.
Yeah,
they may not even commit to B.
They are looking, and they have to be careful. Raze is going to hear them running up here to the side, and Raze is looking, has a decent little peek here. He is going to get immediately tapped by Nazy, though. Beautiful play coming out from them. And now it's going to be between it. He's going to be able to get a great blind onto him, as he is going to come from a big spot. The guy Vera trying to get the peek around, trying to see if he can get the pick. Gets him.
Man, 9 HP.
Not even close, baby. He said.
It's greater than 0, so he's alive. Got him.
Yeah. That's just basic maths right there.
Quick math.
Quick Maps is alive, and well, and it is just going to be Andro. Didn't play super aggressive on the Cypher this time around, but he's going to have to, as he has to find his way over. Never mind, he's dead.
Yep. And here is the last round before the swap, so everyone's going to spend all their money. And we'll see if Crosspoint can pick up around on this half, because, in theory, attacking on this map is, generally kind of harder than defending. Hasn't been looking that way, the way Feed the Dream has been playing.
It's just they play so methodical. Like, this is what we saw from them last game, too, is this is a team that's able to play offense so smoothly. They have whoever is shot calling for them and whatever their communication is, it's so smooth and definitely deserves so much credit here. See, with the op, looking to see if he can pop some fools. Not going to be able to.
Oh, he saw Gerby.
He does see Gerby. Gerby, you don't win these. You didn't win this last time. Want to be careful, as we'll have to block.
Yeah.
Ooh, good guy is going to be able to get the kill onto Derby. Looking for possibly more picks here. As
I have the spike.
Game is still continuing. Spike will be handed off to Fear credits. As Fear Credits is looking to rotate over to this B side here. Really smart rotation coming out from them, as they have been able to take out just one member.
Yeah, and there's Ferdy doing a quick little jiggle peek, trying to find out where they're at. Seeing, yep, there's still people mid, as has been the case the entire game.
They said, come on out, come around the corner, you look for delicious. To be able to do with that, and it's going to be them meeting that face to face.
Oh, got one.
He gets the kill onto Navy.
Oh, he got another.
Back into the corner. It's going to be able to find another one. Really smart play coming out. Arrow not going to be able to get the shot off. Needing to guy be able to pick up that kill as Fear Credits grabs Ferdy. Now it is all on Andro. Andro has to be able to do something for himself. He throws the tip of his hat. Now it's time. Here, cue up his montage music. Never mind, he dropped the op.
In these situations, unless you are just an absolute god with the op, the assault rifle's definitely a better choice for being able to kill multiple people.
The highlight reel. You gotta have your mom get the camera moment. And Andrew, looking like he is getting caught on camera there. Dropped down pretty low. Is firing off a lot of shots. He's going to be able to bust through the door.
Oh, close.
Get caught by Russ all the same.
Yep, 3v1, you know, last round before the swap, you might as well just go in and Rambo it on up. And we're going to see what exactly Crosspoint has for us on attack, because they had just about nothing for us on defense.
Yeah, really and truly did not find themselves in any good situation. Was only able to wipe the side of Feed the Dream one time, and those were exit kills. So it's going to be rough for them. They have to figure out a way to kind of get in the momentum and get everything back in their favor.
Yeah, and we'll see. I mean, Feed the Dream did it on attack, so we'll see. But, you know, this is match point. If they lose this round, this is map number 2, and they go down 2-0. So we'll see if they can pull it off.
They're making the playoffs trend look like it's the same, and that is not what I think Crosspoint had planned here for themselves. They wanted to keep it the opposite direction here, and we're seeing a very much so quicker press coming out from Crosspoint.
Yeah, definitely. Ferdy does have the spike and is exposing himself to the middle area where we know they like to hide, as we see, you know, in the market. We'll find. Has to get on out.
A little bit of some fights coming out here. Russ is going to be able to find Jerby, as they are looking for more. Good guy. Going to be able to find Canty, and Andro falls as well to Russ. Arrow, you're the last man.
The man with a classic and a dream.
Let's see what he's able to do. He's going to be looking for it. Gets popped the flawless round to end off this game, and that will Feed the Dream up 2-0.
Yeah, and not much more to say about that other than just straight up domination from the side of Feed the Dream there. You know, it was just absolute insane how well they were able to play the attack. Just being so slow, so methodical. Just absolutely just taking it one way. Seeing that, we don't necessarily need to commit to this. Going back to middle. Forcing Crosspoint to come to them or just sit back and wait for them. And it worked over and over and over and over and over and over again. You know, they won all 12 rounds. The 13-0 victory was not what a lot of people were expecting from the team going up against Crosspoint, who hadn't dropped a map up until this point.
Yeah, they haven't dropped the map into this point, but, you know, when you look over at Feed the Dream just putting on an absolute slobber knocker of a performance here. All the players really putting in their weight here, and we do have another substitution here, it looks like, as Nazy is out and Shodfoot is in.
Yeah, Shodfoot coming on back in. I'm not sure that we're going right back in on Ascent or not.
We'll have to see exactly what the case may be.
I thought Split was the third map, but maybe I have been mistaken. So, but no one's dodging yet, so I guess it is Ascent again for map number 3.
Could possibly be. Have to see exactly what the verdict will be. I mean, if it is, I Crosspoint either wants the
yeah, okay, there we go.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, okay. So we're good. Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think Crosspoint wants to play on Ascent again after that performance.
Yeah, so looks like we're just gonna swap, get into this game, get out of this game. You're gonna hear the sounds. I'm not gonna change the screen, but yeah, I believe Split is the third map because they have a certain map order set up, and I believe it's Ascent for map 4 if it gets to that point, or maybe Ascent is map 5. But yeah, so people disconnecting. We should disconnect too. Just go to your cog and hit leave match.
Yep. That's probably a smart thing to do. Right?
Yeah, so it is Split. So we will have Split as the third map here, and potentially a championship clinching map for Feed the Dream, who has surprised a lot of people coming in as the 8th seed, I do believe, taking down 2nd seed and coming up here against Crosspoint, handing them their first, not only their first loss, but 13-0ing them.
Yeah, that's impressive. No matter which way you look at that, that's very impressive. Like, just being able to get that 13-0 is just says a lot about this team's mental, the ability that they're able to keep up with, and you know, I am going to be very curious seeing if there is going to be much in the way of changes for these operators, and see what they'll be able to pop out here for us.
Yeah, definitely. The competitive meta in terms of what agents, most teams generally want some sort of smokes, whether that's Omen or Brimstone. Definitely want 1 or 2 of them, and especially on Split, where there's Heaven on both sites. Mid is definitely something that a lot of people like to fight for. You got to smoke off ropes or mailroom, something along those lines. Mm-hmm. So definitely expecting Brimstone's Omens. Ferdy's going to play Viper because it's pretty much the only agent that he plays, as we are getting on in here. And it looks like Feed the Dream is on the right side yet again. So let's go ahead and change their score right quick. And here we go.
Yeah, and you do see over here, Crosspoint is going to be starting this off as the defenders here. So going to be curious to see that. Shadfoot is actually taking over on Cypher since their normal Cypher has been evacuated the premises. And we do see a slight change. Omen not going to be inside of their composition for the first time. They have switched over to this lovely lady with the purple hair.
That is Reyna.
Yes, that's her name. I forgot her name completely, but she has purple hair, and that's all I care about, to be honest. Rad character.
Yet again, everyone from Feed the Dream is in mid and just looking to gain some mid control. And, Crosspoint has the inkling that is how they're going to do it as they smoke off ropes. A counter smoke is dropped. And there's the Lear coming out of Reyna.
Yeah, Reyna looking to see what she'll be able to do. There's going to be more smoke.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, Andro getting a nice bit of pre-fire in there to get fear credits. He tries to run across the doorway. Beautiful play coming out from them. You can see this. Feed the Dream yet again. Playing this slow, steady play style.
Yeah, and they're going to run.
Right, we lost the member. It's good.
Yeah, you can hear them running through the sewers as you see on the map. Arrow is rotating back over here onto A. And a little bit of panic, it seems. They're running on in. This is the first time we've seen them run on in like this as Gerby finds a pick.
Yeah, Gerby's going to be able to find one pick, but he's going to get picked by Eno. He's going to be able to find that out here. Grab that gun. Says, I will make better use of that. Spike's going to go ahead and get dropped down. And now it is a 3v4. Crosspoint now has to try and push their way in here. Birdie's going to be able to find one person. Not able to get the kill just yet. Arrow finds good guy Vera. That is going to be Birdie going down. And everybody just getting annihilated by Russ.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how many rounds Feed the Dream won to end map 1. So we're just going to call this a 14-0 run for Feed the Dream in the past 2 maps. I think they won at least 4 or 5 of the last map, so they may be approaching 20 straight rounds that Feed the Dream has won.
I can tell you right now with some quick maps, it is a total amount of... That was their 22nd round win in a row.
Man. Quick maths and spells disaster for you at Sacrifice.
Yeah, this is a... Listen, when I can come up with the quick maths, that's something else. As we can see, the shots being fired off into the mid area here, peppering it down, saying, "Come on out, cowards!
Oh,
Fight us.
some fighting going on in sewers, actually. Let me get on in. Oh, where did they go? They're gone already, but Arrow's here holding close near sewers.
I like this from Crosspoint. They're playing more aggressive, which I like because this is making it to where Feed the Dream does not get to play their normal slow-paced game where they get to choose the shots. And it's just like if you were to play any other like MOBA or anything like that. You don't want the other team to be.
Oh, there's two.
He's gonna be able to find two at the price of his own life. Good guy, Vera, gonna be able to find that on the back side, and Birdie able to get a little bit of damage off the side here. He's going to be able to find another one, and he's going to be able
wow,
to
there it is.
another, and there it is. The streak has been broken.
Yeah, and that was just honestly just really good aim coming out from Ferdy and Conti there, being able to pick up, I believe, 2 each, and then whoever got the first pick off there, you know, just finally getting themselves off the schneid. They got to be feeling good about that now. Sitting there going, all right, guys, it's a whole new map. Forget about what happened last time. It's all good. Just focus on now.
They heard my strategy of just run at them, and it's working. I'm telling you, I'm a genius. Mastermind strategist here. As you can see, it's just
bit of a quick push onto A. It's a little uncharacteristic.
Of him. He has fears for his life with the Doombot there. Arrow needs to be careful.
Oh!
Get that slow onto him. Lots of damage being put on in there. Smokescreen will come out, giving Shotfoot a quick escape. He's like, thank you, I love you. Jumps into the arms of an angel. Sure, popping a couple shots there. Not going to be able to find their target here. Got some HP down low on the side of Feed the Dream, so I'll take that as a win for right now.
And you see them creeping back in towards middle here is Feed the Dream. Just take it nice and easy. Buying time for their Sage Shields to come back up to make sure everyone's topped up to the best that they can be before going in. And they're looking like they're trying to make a play here through this B garage, but we never know what they're doing because they just kind of sit there and feel things out. They're out here vibing, you know?
And they are out here vibing indeed, and kind of a little bit of a sketch situation for me, to be completely honest, because now we're seeing Crosspoint going for this hard flank yet again. Jerby, look at how hard he is coming in here from the backside.
Yep. Ferdy's letting him know he sees a couple in there.
Oh. Andrew is going to be able to trade a kill for his life. Gaines is going to be able to pick up the kill on the few credits here. Eno finds skill on Ferdy, and now he's pushing on in. Jerby going to be able to find Eno, and that is Defenders 1.
Yeah, just because there was not enough time left for them to actually place down the spike, and I was wondering if that was ever going to happen to Feed the Dream, where they just end up taking too much time to where they don't have enough time left to actually plant. And someone, I wasn't sure who, but someone killed Sage who had the spike, and that actually bought them enough time, because I think if Sage had gotten in there, they would have gotten the plant down. So Crosspoint find themselves with the lead for the first time since the first half of map number 1.
I feel like the big thing to take note of is Crosspoint is playing this map a little bit more aggressively. Last map, not pushing up past the barrier. This time, you see they're getting into an aggressive position, and they're not letting them just have their way with everything. This time, they're playing it a bit slower, though, but you can see, yet again, Jerby playing that risky style, looking to go around for that hard peak.
Yeah, and Eno is a bit ready, understanding that this is how Gerby plays. But we'll get taken down.
Doesn't matter if you get.
But it is Feed the Dream is on a bit of a save run, as you can see. Pistols compared to ARs and Spectres. So Feed the Dream kind of trying to tank this round just a little bit to save up some money for next round. But Ferdy and Fear Credits are playing chicken here.
They're playing with each other. They're kissing. They smooching. They're looking for something. Is it going to be anything? Oh, he's going to start out. He sees the color purple and he backs off immediately. He's just gone. Oh, that eye is going to be able to pop that out, and Ferdy will get a couple kill onto Fear Credits. Going to fire off a couple shots into that orb. The Totson says, breathe it in, man. They are going to have to back up and reassess their strategy here as Feed the Dream on the back foot.
Oh, and getting sprayed from ropes, too. So Crosspoint definitely being a bit more aggressive.
Shotfoot goes down, so does Russ. Good guy gonna be able to pick up that kill, but Arrow finds good guy at the end of the day. And Crosspoint finding a bit of a stride for themselves here.
Yeah, but now Feed the Dream has ARs or money to buy it, as Fear Credits is deciding what they're going to buy here. So I find it interesting that Feed the Dream has different players play like Sage. Like you look at Crosspoint, Arrow is always the Sage player unless Envy's playing, in which case Envy plays the Sage. But Good Guy Vera was playing the Omen, and now playing Sage. It's a completely different play style, you know, different mentality.
Yeah. And then you have people like me that just play the judge.
You don't play an agent, you play a gun.
I play as the gun, yes. I'm everybody's worst nightmare. They're playing a tactical shooter, and then boom, I'm Halo jumping over the wall.
Arrow got picked off.
Gets the pick onto Arrow. Good start for them to be able to grab on that one, and
joke's over.
you
You're
see
dead.
Crosspoint playing a little bit safer. Phoenix coming on in, has that wall. Is going to be spotted out, and Good Guy making full advantage of that.
Yeah, and they're not on the site. Conti ulted as well. He's going to just show right back up.
Pop the collar. Nothing ever happened. Don't worry about it. He's looking for some possible picks off onto the side here, as it's going to be just looking for the high ground here. Is going to be able to find Eno after he takes out Andro. Is going to go down to Shotfoot though. Jerby still left alive.
Oh man, that
It is going to go down, and that will be Feed the Dream picking up a win for themselves.
Yep, so, you know, that's Feed the Dream saying, all right, saddle back up, boys. We're ready to ride a win streak yet again.
Yep. We'll see. Last time they were on a win streak in these rounds, remember? It's, what, 20? What was the math I gave you? 23?
Yeah, 22, 23, something like that.
Yeah,
so.
it was a number. It was a number up there. I'm pretty sure it was at 22, I think. Go back and check the tape. Somebody let me know. That's all I got to say. I can do the math. I can't remember the math. Don't expect that much of me. That's all I ask. Let's see now. Push coming in to Spicy.
Ooh. Arrow was actually poking out a little bit there.
Yeah.
Took a little bit of damage.
Got shot in the thigh. Taking advantage of that hitbox as you see Stone coming out here. Immediately retaliates with some smoke of his own.
Yeah, and actually Crosspoint did commit the Brimstone ultimate there into the ramen area, just because that's where they thought they were. Unfortunately for Crosspoint, they were on the sewer side of mid. But here's Reyna's ultimate being popped, so now she has enhanced just about everything.
She's ready to go. She's ready to get in there. Is going to be able to find the kill onto Jerby. Is going to go ahead and go the dash on in there. Is going to be able to find another one onto Arrow. Is pinging up to Heaven. Is going to be able to find some more targets coming over to the wall.
Okay.
But will get popped immediately by Canty as Freddy goes down to Eno. Andrew picking that up for himself as Canty falls to Shotfoot. Spike has been planted. It is a 1v2 scenario. Andrew trying to do what he'll be able to do. The flashbang is going to come out. He's blind and cannot see. So Russ will be able to take advantage of that and take away this round as he pleases.
Yep. Now we're back to a tie game, and now Crosspoint has some decisions to make. They can try and force here, but yeah, I was gonna say, as they all buy pistols except for Ferdy, who did have some leftover money, actually gonna go back and buy a pistol. They're deciding what they're gonna do, but they're at least halfway saving here.
Yeah, they're halfway saving. Halfway there is what they would say. They're singing that song at the very least. I'm sure that's what the comms are like.
I mean, Crosspoint is living on a prayer a little bit here.
Yeah.
Have their backs up against the wall a little bit.
Not on the steel horse, I don't think, though. No steel horses in this game. No mounts.
Yeah, Hecarim's not in this game. That's a different Riot game. But a couple kills did go down. Eno and Gerby both died.
Able to pick up that trade there, so it's now 4 for 4. But Ferdy's HP is dangerously low at this current moment in time, so you need to take note of. You need to get popped into the dome could get hit into toe and go down.
Yeah, and here comes that Feed the Dream signature. Just rotate it on back. Try and get to Conti's point of view here to see, because he's going to be the one who ends up coming into contact with these two coming out of sewers here.
Yeah, Canty is in a very interesting scenario. So is Ferdy. Ferdy is in a weird spot as well.
Ferdy
It's
got
going to
blocked.
go down to Fear Credit. You can see he's going to move
I know
forward.
exactly
Canty gets
where
popped
you are.
around the corner as well. As they are now down. 2 members of Crosspoint are alive still on this defense.
Yeah, Andrew
Never
goes
mind,
down.
just one.
So
Never mind. Just
Arrow against the world yet again. One thing to Arrow's credit is that, you know, as your Sage, you kind of want to be the last person alive.
Yeah.
However, you kind of wish it was under better circumstances overall.
I think he's positioning pretty fine, honestly. But yet again, I feel like it's a case of Crosspoint's kind of gone back into their habits of being a bit defensive, and I think that plays into the strengths of Feed the Dream pretty hard here.
Yeah. It's hard to say just rush at them on defense, because that's
I
never
could say
generally advice
just
that
run
you
at
try
'em.
to give to someone. Just run at them.
Yeah, just that's my advice.
Yeah, that's not always generally advice that you try to give.
Listen, it will catch them off guard. They won't know what to expect next round.
Yeah, but,
But
you
these
see,
guys rushed us in our spawn last time. What do we do?
Yeah.
Gotta
but-
play the mental warfare sometimes, Gus.
And you see Crosspoint adapting a little bit. Get a trade kill. Ferdy gets 2, but gets
he's
taken
gonna get
down.
fun too. Yeah, but you know, gonna be able to find that. Canty now trying to get into a decent position for himself to try and guard B, since nobody else is over there. And here comes the Feed the Dream special. They're all convening in the mid area here. See if Andrew is going to be popped like Canty was earlier.
Smoke's down.
Oh man,
Through the box.
they heard it.
Oh, and that's such an important thing about Valorant. The sound is such an important thing.
Yeah, and you know, you hear them rush through sewers. Arrow throws down the wall, and they just turn on back.
Yeah, they are really playing this so very smoothly
Prepare
here.
for hellfire.
Here comes the orbital laser. He's firing his laser. Blurred.
In sight.
As, trying to see if they can get this
Spike's down.
B.
Okay, Spike's
Be able to
down.
find
Have the
Nino. Spike has been planted.
Joke's over.
Well, Spike
You're
is about
dead.
to be planted.
Yep, Phoenix ult was used, but got popped out, so Spike is planted. It is 2v2, though.
Yeah. See what they'll be able to do. They know the direction that Phoenix came from last time. See what they'll
There's
be able
one.
to do. Arrow gets a good pick for himself over here on the side. It's going to be the Phoenix. He
right, they
will
got another
go
round.
on down, and there you go. Crosspoint. Find themselves another round. These guys are fighting back and forth now as Canty found his groove.
Yeah, and you see Canty, they're going to use the res just for the economy's sake, just to straight up use it to keep the gun, keep the money flowing, because, you know, if they end up losing a round here or there, it's going to make things really rough. And even now, Andrew doesn't really have the money to be buying anything, so may just end up going with just a pistol. Oh no, actually, has a Phantom now. Spend not as much money. I don't know. Maybe Spectator Client's bad on this game like it is on League. You never know.
Spectator bat, you know, it could be. Very possible. I would not hold it past. We'll see what will happen here as Crosspoint taking themselves a defensive position as that eye going to be able to catch out Arrow there. Sees a whole lot of purple.
Yeah. Oh, Arrow
Arrow!
actually got that win there over Fear Credits, and that's actually one thing that you can do against the Reyna is hold that tight angle when the Lear comes out and really just try to pre-fire as they pop around the corner. And Arrow almost got it that first try and then didn't throw the Lear out the second time, so Arrow ended up getting that pick. But now we'll see what Feed the Dream wants to do now that they're down a member. Actually just going to res him back on up. But he dies yet again, so repeat for Arrow.
Being dead. That's an awkward moment where it's like, why did you bring me back into this world?
That's the thing you try to do, is try to wall so that way they can't just kill as soon as you res. But generally it's the Sage Wall, which is solid. The Phoenix Wall is just fire. Ferdy actually used his ultimate on the B site, predicting that they're going to try to come B. Actually doesn't cover the site at all. So trying to cover up the garage entrance, but Eno's on the hunt.
Eno's on the, he's going to find himself getting caught. Pert, he's going to be able to find Eno. Ferdy is looking for possibly more here. I've not seen any other members here. He's over here, over into the side here. He knows that the guy is in this area, peeking out a couple shots. Adam is going to be able to pop him in.
That's it. That's another round win.
Yeah, they're going to be able to get this fight defuse here, and that is going to be a defender's win. And now these guys are just trading rounds back and forth, it feels like.
Yeah, this feels a lot more like map 1, where it was... Well, actually, it's not even like map 1. This is the first time, really, where they're actually trading. In map 1, it was all Crosspoint until about 8 or so rounds in, and map 2 was just, the 13-0. Not much to say to that. But this one, 5-4. Both these teams are doing pretty well when they find their win cons in these rounds. Feed the Dream takes it nice and easy, and when they get a couple picks off and just take it nice and easy and keeps Crosspoint guessing, they're able to make things happen.
Yeah, if you were to tell me that this team just 13-0'd Crosspoint in the last round, I would have questions to say. This is a very competitive round, unlike the last one where momentum was just completely in their favor. Nice blind coming out, but Kenzie does go down to Russ. And this is a quick and hard push. They are not wasting any time on this play. They are going to find 2 members of their team going on down. They do get Ferdy off of this, but it is just going to be 2 members left around over here over on the B side. They're planting the spike, and we'll have to see how they defend this.
Yeah, it is 2 versus 3. Gerby got healed up, so now it is 3 versus 1. One goes down, though.
The guy is going to be able to find one. Gets Gerby. Is looking for possibly more. Era will find that kill, and that will be a spike defusal.
Yeah, and I think that's the first time Crosspoint's won 2 rounds in a row this game. Because I do believe that Feed the Dream won the first 2, then Crosspoint won 1, and then I might be misremembering. Looking too much into it. Either way, this is a much closer map than any we've seen thus far, actually. In terms of in-between rounds, back and forth, each round being a slugfest.
Yeah, honestly, this is just each round, each of these teams, they're finding their ways against each other. That one we saw Feed the Dream go for a completely different style, rushing in super fast and hard, and that shows that the pressure is getting put onto them, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, they're up 2 maps to 0 right now, so, definitely don't need to feel that much pressure, because they still have some room. But Gerby finds a pick-off here onto Fear credits. But Eno finds the brim-on-brim destruction and gets Conti as well.
And gets Conti, and that is going to feel good for him. The cage has been put up on over there by Eno. See what they're change their options around to. You see them backing it up, going back over to B, playing a little bit of some razzle-dazzle coming in. As the orbital laser coming in just to make sure there's nobody peeking around that wall.
Yeah, that's a common place for people to hide, is in that back corner of the site. So just kind of throwing that out just to see if anyone is there. And we'll see what Crosspoint can do on a retake, because now Ferdy's gone, so it's just Gerby and Arrow against 4. So the odds aren't looking super favorable.
Yeah, it's not looking too favorable for them. You see Arrow keeping around, is going to be able to get some shots in, but will get taken out all the same as he goes down at the same time of his teammate. And now another round win. Last round before the swap. Empty out your wallets, ladies and gentlemen. Got to get these the big guns out.
Yeah, and man, if Feed the Dream wins this, 6-6 going into the swap. What a back and forth game. Just absolutely insane play from both these teams. Crosspoint coming in forcing Feed the Dream to change up their style a little bit, like you said, when they rushed on in the other round. But Gerby trying to find a pick off with his ultimate, just barely misses the Reyna, but he's on the hunt. He's on the chase. But they went through sewers, and Gerby's going through spawn. Back here in the mid, they're going to come face to face rather quick here.
Check this out, though. Look at the way the map is spread out. You see a couple kills going on over. The shots are firing out. Crosspoint, they lose all their members besides the ones that are going for these hard flanks right now. And this is so begins. As you can see, they're looking for something. They're going to be able to find Russ on the back end of that. But here comes the quick B plant. Yet again, they do know exactly where Russ is coming from. This could mean trouble for the side of Crosspoint.
Yeah, but there is a res for Conti from Arrow up there in the B Heaven area.
Ooh,
Gerby does get a pick off onto Shotfoot, so we'll see if Crosspoint can successfully execute this retake.
Yeah, looking for it. Get some grenades in there. Gonna be able to find him. That's gonna be good guy taking out Gerby, but he takes out Eno. There's still 2 members left alive for the side of Feed the Dream. Ooh, he is gonna be caught out. Good guy getting Arrow and Conti.
Getting a 4-piece. Woo! And there you go. 6-6 into the swap. So now we'll see what Crosspoint can do on attack. Because if they can find a string of attack rounds, they have a good opportunity to take this map away and force a round 4, or map 4. But we'll see what Feed the Dream can do on defense on this map, because this map, not everyone's favorite map. I see a lot of people that really do not like Split all that much.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of those messages myself, and be interesting to see, especially since defense has not been something that we've really gotten to see for a while to come out from this team from Feed the Dream.
Yeah, just gonna default have Cypher, play B, has the camera, has the tripwire, is able to do a lot, but here comes the A-rush from Crosspoint, just running on in, running through the molly.
Yeah, running straight on through. Derby's going to be able to pick up the kill onto Russ to start this off. They're looking for more, trying to get all the objective control they can possibly get. We're going to see a pick off on Eno, getting Arrow on the backside, as Eno's also going to be able to get Arrow. Good guy Vera goes down to Cancel. Like, has been planted. Purdy's going to be able to find Eno onto the backside, but it's going to be more kills coming out in favor of Feed the Dream, as it will be them getting wiped, and that will be a spike defusal, but very aggressive moves coming out from Crosspoint.
Yeah, and it just seems like such a clash of styles here. You look at Feed the Dream, they just play slow, methodical. They are all together, but they move as one. They're just flowing in and out, trying to find weaknesses. And Crosspoint just makes weaknesses. They just run on in, force things to happen here.
One team is true intellectuals, is what I'm hearing, and the other team is Burr. I'm here. That's what I'm hearing. The other team goes Burr. It's tiny barrier goes down. Burr. We're going in there.
Yeah, and this is the Crosspoint special. They pretty much always force on round 2s. You see a bunch of Spectres and a Marshal picked up, and Feed the Dream. Yet again, another stylistic difference. Just Ghosts and a Stinger, trying to save it up, make that round 3 happen.
Doing a good job for themselves here. As you can see them trying to back it up. Andrew is going to be able to find shots there. Actually, it's good on him. The tripwire has become active. It's saved by the wall. Looking for the pick here as here credit to the birdie, but Andrew will grab him. Good guy Vera picks up 2 of his own. And it's going to be a 2-3 now. Eno being able to pick up that kill, and that is going to be Defenders winning that round, as that is a 2-round win streak in favor of Feed the Dream.
That's super devastating for Crosspoint Babs to Feed the Dream to win that, you know, just with pistols and Cypher tripwires, because now Crosspoint has to save. You know, they don't have money to buy anything. And now you look at the side of Feed the Dream, and you've got a couple of ARs and an op. So lots for Crosspoint to get through, and for them to write off this round means that they're probably going to end up losing 2 in a row. And, you know, that brings them, that would be a 6-9 score, and that gets ever closer to the finals just being done and over with.
That's a scary thing, right? Whenever you have a bad round like what we saw from Crosspoint in this last one, all that momentum, all that mentality is going to be building up, and gotta make sure your mental stays healthy when you're in a scenario like this, because you can be the person who defeats yourself, especially in a game like this. You second guess that shot, it'll definitely hurt you in the long run. As you see a quick rotation from mid here. Feed the dream. Russ is going to be able to find Andro on the backside. And Russ is going to heal on up. Throw a couple flashbangs. Will be healing on up. Slowed down as well. Eno looking for a possible pick here with the op.
Yeah, and you look, Crosspoint spread out. Actually, they're in B heaven on attack. Actually, in the opposite spawn here. Arrow does pick up a kill on the Eno.
The thing about an op, you got to be zoomed in, but you see Shotfoot picking up 2 members back to back there. And here comes the push, and yet again the defenders will win that one. So 3 rounds in a row going over to Feed the Dream, and they're looking much better on defense here.
Yeah, but now Crosspoint will have ARs to match. Remember, that was a bit of a save round, so you know every kill in a save round is really good, you know, especially when you're at a super gun disadvantage. But now is crunch time. If Crosspoint loses this round, it might just be the end for their championship hopes, because they lose this one, especially if they do not get any return kills, it's bad for them monetarily.
100% agreed here. We'll see what the call is going to be here. You see Crosspoint going for a very aggressive move, actually. They're 3-man pushing heaven here. Trying to see what they'll be able to grab. As you can see, the smoke's getting dropped. Looking for this hard push. And oh man, Eno and Shotfoot going to be able to find a kill of their own. Ferdy trades back. Is looking to try and get over onto the A point, but it's Russ that's sitting there waiting for him. Spike is down. And Arrow looking to see if he can get over there, but Russ finds his way on in. And just going to be able to take out fear credits, but it is now a 1v3 scenario. Will he be able to clutch this out? He does have a lot not going in his favor. He's on fire. His toes, they're burning. He's got to dance his way on out of there, but he will get popped by good guy Vera.
Yeah, and that may very well force Crosspoint into a very bad spot. You know, they can try and buy this round if they really want to. If they really want to hinge everything on this round, but it looks like they're going to save. Just buy some ghosts and armors. Andrew buying a stinger with some light armor. Because they really need to coordinate a push for a couple, string together a couple of rounds, because their money is not in a good spot.
Not at all. Not at all. They're in a really terrifying part of the game. Like you said, this could be very deciding the way that money has gone for them. And you're seeing Crosspoint going for a much more spread out approach this time around, but Russ will be able to pick up a piece there as Andrew goes down right off the get-go. And now Crosspoint, they're in a tricky spot. Spike is actually still back at spawn. Well, not all the way back at spawn, but chilling back there a decent bit. They're not picking it up just yet.
I have the spike.
There you go.
Yeah, and you know, Eno's got an op yet again. Makes things really hard, especially on a map with such long angles. Like, pretty much every site has an angle that the op is very nice and effective from, as Arrow goes down.
Narcissus gonna be able to find that. Eno finds Anti as well, but that op is not gonna be able to catch Ferdy. He's got that lightning trigger finger. Just pa 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 pa, hitting them those kills for himself. I'm sure that's the sound effect he makes whenever he shoots his gun. that's what I would do.
Maybe not, but it's still 4 versus 2 here. And while Gerby does have the op, definitely not the easiest gun to try and clutch situations in close quarters with.
Yeah.
And you can see how apprehensive Gerby is about doing just about anything. It's just so hard to make your choice. And when someone's hiding behind a trash can like that, it makes it really hard. But we'll see if Ferdy gets the plant down just for the extra money, but gonna probably die right before then. And alright, it's crunch time now. This next round should decide whether or not this map ends right here. If Crosspoint can pick this up, they can try to chain a few together. If not, it's probably going to be map over, series over.
Yep, Crosspoint now in a dire straits. You've got 2 more rounds here, but this round is going to be the one where really you're going to be the most armed to the teeth to be able to take down Feed the Dream. Can they do it?
This goes
As
here.
we will see standard strategy coming out from the side of Feed the Dream. It ain't broke, don't fix it. But Crosspoint trying to spread things out, trying to do something different.
Yeah, they're going hard out onto B here. Getting the ult point. They do have Sage Resurrection available. Viper Wall gonna try, but Gerby gets picked off again.
Yeah, Gerby is picked off there. Tripwire is going to be able to locate him, and Arrow is disoriented like can be. But Freddy is going to be cleaning it up. Gets 2 kills for himself over here onto the B zone. And now the question becomes, how do they play this one out? Eno's going to be able to find a kill onto Canty as Fear Credits trying to make his way on in there. Now, what can he do? Freddy is over here in the poison, soaking it in, vaping up. What is going to be his option, as it's going to be Eno trying to see if he'll be able to push in there. There's going to be the eye getting dropped there. Going to not be enough, though, as Freddy's going to be able to pick up that Arrow. Finds Eno, but Russ is going to find Freddy. Will it be Arrow? Will Arrow be able to stop him from being able to do as he pleases? Going to be the stun coming out. Russ picks up the kill. Does he have enough time?
Yep, he does.
And he does. Dramatic tension. Look at that cute little bear, gotta say.
Yeah, so Crosspoint gonna have to force here. It really makes things hard now. Arrow just has absolutely nothing left, so they have to win this obviously, or otherwise series is over. So we'll see what they can muster up here. Backs against the wall, but man, Feed the Dream just playing very well in this entire series.
Yeah, 100% agree here. Feed the Dream has been doing just a phenomenal job inside this series and really controlling the pace of every single match and playing the game the way they want it to be played. You see the smokes coming out? Waste not whatnot at the start moment in time, but oh man, your brain is going to get wasted on the ground there. Andrew taken out immediately.
And that's the power of the op. You know, you throw the smoke down, and it's not quite exactly where you need it, and there's a little bit of a spot where they can know where you're at. But Conti does pick off the Cypher, so there is a bit of an option to try and force onto B here, as Arrow does have eyes on Heaven.
Yeah, does have it, but there's the Tripwire going to catch him in the same location yet again. Looking at Heaven, seeing if he'll be able to grab anything for himself here. He's going to get flashed up in a dangerous situation. Gets behind cover. Beautiful from him, as it's going to be him popping the collar, but he's going to get popped. Russ goes down, and now it's Inu. Got the op. Does push forward. The res comes out.
Prepare for hellfire.
Oh, the orbital laser! Woo!
Yeah, definitely looking for it. Is in Heaven, but is not visible to anyone on Crosspoint. There's a shot. They know, and they will pick up around, so not dead yet, but on life support is Crosspoint.
Yeah, they've got a breathing unit. They need assistance in breathing at this current moment in time, and they've really got to watch out. Eno Russ have been putting in some massive work inside of this game here and in the series in general.
Yeah, and Eno even got subbed in the second map. Shotfoot played. Eno came in for Shotfoot. Forgive me, but I forget who subbed out before. It was the one who played Cypher in on Ascent. But
Yeah,
we will see what Crosspoint can muster up here.
We are seeing. Oh, Jerry trying to see if we can get the pick there. Sees the Sage, says hello, and Sage says goodbye.
Sage says, my wall is a little too quick. Not always, though. I've seen plenty of Sages die trying to put their wall up, but that time didn't happen.
Yeah, and good zone control coming out here in the mid area. As you can see, Pete and Jerby trying to see what they'll be able to do. Birdie looking for something. Cancy's going to be able to get shot, but on the side here, Cypher not really able to come in this clutch situation over here at B, and Crosspoint, they're on the offensive here yet again, looking to possibly get this spike planted over here.
Yeah, Andrew's on the way in B garage now, coming on in, trying to get us plant down. They are in a 4v5 situation. Will make things a bit easier for them, but the default plant site has been mollied off, but spike planted either way. Shots being peppered in towards Heaven. Conti saw Ferdy, decided, hey, Are you a bad
For
guy?
hellfire.
But down goes Fear Credits. Gerby on the flank yet again, and it's actually working out this time. Gets another one.
Ooh.
And now it's just Russ. See if he can end the series right now. Can he be the ace master? But
Maybe. He might be looking for it. Hey, Mom,
Heads
get the
up.
camera.
got Ferdy. There's
It's gonna
one.
be able to get Ferdy. That's one major member taken out. He's looking for another one, but Arrow finds him first. And Crosspoint, they're not out of it just yet. Like you said, they might be on life support, but that life support is getting stronger and stronger with each and every victory they get.
Yeah, and looking at the money for Feed the Dream, it's not terrible. Fear Credits might have to go with a Spectre or something here. But overall, you know, that's the thing is when you win that many rounds in a row and you're able to get picks even when you lose, you know, it definitely helps out your money a lot.
Yeah, right? That's always a very nice thing to be able to do. And now Crosspoint, see what their strategy is going to be. They leave the spike behind, which I think is a very curious thing for them. They choose to leave it behind so that way they would...
Oh, they got a pick, though.
Ooh, the wall wasn't fast enough this time.
Yep, but Ferdy does go down.
Ferdy goes down.
Got spike.
Grab the spike now.
Spike drop.
Yeah, they're just
They
throwing
just
it down
leave
because
it.
they don't want them to know where the spike is at. But
Yeah.
Cypher, once again, in a bit of a solo situation here. Sage and Phoenix are in heaven.
And he's going to play this very carefully. He's going to find
You
the arrow.
will
That's going to be
not
good for
kill
him.
my
See that
ally.
Molly coming in, laying out some fire. Hot feet
Fire
for
in
the
the hole.
Rays here. Got that rocket launcher. Boom, baby. Derby getting the kill around the corner. Shotfoot will go down. There's going to be Russ and County getting the kill for themselves here. It's
Oh,
gonna
the
be
sneak up from Eno.
the 2.
It's
Can
Andrew.
clutches out. He's got to get 2 more kills here. He knows that one's over here around the corner, but is going to get taken out, and that is going to be the victory for Feed the Dream.
Yeah, and they are the first Zero Gravity Gaming Valorant champions, taking down Crosspoint Midnight in a 3-0 in the 3-0 fashion. Fantastic play come out from them. Let it be known that you don't have to always just rush in blindly and, you know, just run in, make things happen. You can sit back and just wait a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was a big case of them kind of just feeling out the side of Crosspoint, figuring out exactly what Crosspoint was going to do, and then just kind of moving around with that. I definitely got to say, you got to look at the side of Feed the Dream and just congratulate them for having just very, very smart and the communication on their team has to be very solid for the way they played, being able to move around as a group of 5 like that and really just making sure to take advantage of every advantage they get.
Yeah, definitely. So fantastic stuff. Congratulations once again to Feed the Dream. And, you know, we ended up finalizing the 3-0 playoffs. Happened every single time.
Yeah, I mean that's actually a crazy thing. every playoff, and even though this was a 3-0, I don't feel like it was a super one-sided 3-0. I feel like Crosspoint was in a decent situation in game 1, and then found themselves just not able to keep up with the offense, and it felt like it just took them forever to adjust to the way that Feed the Dream plays their style of offense. Something I feel like everybody really can agree with, because after Crosspoint, when we got into map 3, Crosspoint looked a lot more confident playing against how Feed the Dream plays out the mid game.
Yeah, and it is a mid game, not just like the middle of the game in terms of rounds, but
Yes.
the middle of the map. You know, they strive for that mid control. And that makes sense because you can spill out onto either side wherever you end up poking a hole in the armor, and you can just make things happen from there. And yeah, definitely a well-earned win from Feed the Dream. Commiserations to Crosspoint Midnight. You know, they did go undefeated entirely up until this point, so not a bad showing from them whatsoever. But yeah, that's the first Valorant tournament that Zero Gravity Gaming has run, and it was an honor to be here with you to cast the finals of it.
Yeah.
So look forward to more good stuff coming out of ZGG.
Yeah, absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, hit that follow button if you haven't already. Be sure to stay tuned for all the action Zero Gravity Gaming has to provide. They do Valorant, they do League of Legends, they do all the cool stuff out there in the world. So make sure you show them some love. Hit that follow, and that way you can stay up to date in some of the hottest competitive games that you can find out here. And thank you to Zero Gravity for having me as well. And that being said, Gus, I think it's time for us to sign on off and sign off for the rest of the night. You all have yourselves a fantastic night, and congratulations again to Feed the Dream.